In Tai Chi, when you look at the classics, there's a principle that you see written about or that you see sometimes talked about, and it's called steel wrapped in cotton. And it's a description for a certain body quality for a high level Tai Chi. The idea is that the body is steel for somebody doing this, and I don't mean it's steel like it really is a girder, but that it's got this super strong, hard quality. And that if you took a fairly thick layer of cotton and you put it over top of that steel, if you were to just kind of touch it at first, it'd be, oh, it's soft, it's cotton. And if you hit it, that right behind that cotton, you'd feel this clang, but it would be underneath the cotton. So it would be soft with this hard, really strong hard behind it. And that's the quality of Tai Chi.
And it mostly was mentioning it from a martial perspective. But again, if I'm that kind of soft and yet there's that kind of power behind it, and I'm not doing anything harmful, I'm doing healthy things to get there. It's a healthy practice too. Our body is typically thought of as being, this thing for self-defense, but it's also a health practice. Now, there are ones where they're doing this toughening and this kind of a thing, and it's a conditioning and beating of the body into shape. And as it gets whipped into shape, there's a certain health there, but you put your body through a lot of trauma. I have found, and my teachers have told me this, anything you do where you're doing something where you're hitting things to get it, and bam, 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 I've hit, or I've taken hits to get it. In order to keep it, you have to keep hitting things, or keep being hit by things. And when you get over a certain age, historically that would have been about 40, but with modern medicine and Viagra, you get the idea, that seems to be closer to 55 or 60 now. If you've built that kind, and that's what you're doing, you have to keep hitting things. And if you stop within less than 90 days, like if it was hitting things with an iron, where you're pounding, and then they've got it, if they stop doing that within the 90 days, what happens is they have never had problems with arthritis, and the next thing they know, they start to become extremely arthritic, painful, and starting to get gnarled up, and the whole works. And the only way they can stop that from happening is they never quit hitting things. Same thing if you're doing the iron body, where you're doing it through a beating, tapping, trauma to the body kind of a method. They have to continue that, and if they stop, bad things start to happen to the body. So at some point, being old age and all, of course, you go through a health problem, or there's an accident, you go through a health problem, or some body part has decided it doesn't want to do what the rest of the body parts are doing anymore. And once that occurs and you can't work it, then what happens is that you kind of go downhill fairly quickly. And so it's not exactly what I would call a health method. In the internal method, the way you're actually doing it is what you're doing inside your body, as opposed to what you're doing to it from the outside, through breath and the way you're moving energy inside of you, which we'll get to, and your mind. You're going for the optimum way to get health that is so well done that it's powerful. And then all you have to do is keep doing these things that we know are healthy things, which you would want to do anyways, which you do every day. Ideally, once you train it to a certain extent, the majority, if not all the time, I'm talking about 24/7 here almost, or at least all your waking hours, and you're not thinking at some point. You're barely thinking about it, or not thinking about it at all. And it's not something where you're going, oh yeah, I have to hit myself some more, because it's not that kind of a method. It's, I have to breathe right, and relax right, and posture myself correctly, and have that right mind state that is a good quality mind state for normal daily activity anyways. And then the health is there, and it stays, and now whenever you get sick, you still, in your activity, are seeking that health state. And so there's no problem to do this every day until the day comes when, well, see you next life if there is such a thing, or if not, see you when you get here, or all the above.